20 more weeks to go. It seems like a lot, but we're slowly organizing my scrap space and hopefully getting ideas or helping you organize parts of your scrap space as well. Today's is relatively easy. Hold on a sec. Today's is relatively easy, or this week's is relatively easy because it's ideas. Week 7 is all about ideas. Where do you keep all the ideas or your inspiration? Well, what's awesome, most of my ideas and inspiration now come from you guys on YouTube, all you awesome people on YouTube. So I have my computer literally just right over there. And so while I'm scrapping here, I can usually have YouTube up. Or Facebook. I'm a part of a ton of groups, which I can link below in my video. I'm a part of, my brain is the Scrap Room, which they do challenges every month. I'm a part of Paper Issues Fans. They do challenges every month. I'm a part of Scrap Your Joy, or I'm on Scrap Your Joy, Rediscover Your Stash by Redefine Creative, Paige Evans, Scrapbooking Cards Today magazine, Facebook page, Confessions of a Paper Addict, tons of inspiration on Facebook and all the groups and challenges that they give you, plus Pinterest boards. So what's fun about this month is they show you many different ways, talking about how easy it is to organize your digital ideas and inspiration. And that is because, especially like Pinterest, like I have a Pinterest board. I'm following actually Christy Harriman's for titles. So I always just reference that because she's so brilliant and she comes up with great titles. And then I have like a scrapbooking Pinterest board, which I need to organize better. But it's like everything that's not a sketch or a layout. So like title ideas, like color ideas, that kind of thing. And then also, yeah, I have a scrapbook or a Pinterest board for cards. I have a Pinterest board for layouts. It's either sketches or lifts, and I have them organized. I'm part of the Off the Board with Pineapple Papers every month, and we go to our Pinterest board and use it. I use my Pinterest board a lot. I haven't as much in the last couple months, I feel like, because of all the inspiration I'm finding on Facebook, which is crazy. But I also have some old magazines. I used to get scrapbooks, etc., and I loved it. And there's tons of sketches, tons of ideas in there. And so I do have some of those. So I'm going to organize those a little bit. And the scrapbook.com lesson for this week has some really fun ideas about making like idea books. And you can literally just, if you see a layout idea, cut it out, plaster it in a book. It can be like a journal that already is just blank pages, and you can just tape it in there so that it's all together in one spot, easily accessed, not floating around, which I might do. Or also, this really cool idea, which I might do, is you take index cards and find like a cheap, for sketches especially, find like a cheap photo display or like a Rolodex type flip down style photo display, and you, instead of having the photos in there, you hole punch and do index cards with your sketches on, so you can have it at your desk and just flip through it. I might actually do that. So if I do that, stay tuned. I will show you what I did with that, but that actually sounds a really good idea. And my favorite part about the lesson for this week, which I don't mention a ton about the lessons because some of them are self-explanatory, but this one had a lot of good, just random little ideas that I've never thought of. Or making an idea bin. Just lots of fun things. Especially if you have like a cinch, you can make your own little flip book of ideas. But my favorite part was about magazines. They address magazines specifically, and they're like, there are 3 camps of scrappers in this subject: those who tear out ideas and toss the magazine, those who flag the articles and are so familiar with them they know every article and every idea, those who keep the magazines whether they've even looked at them or not for years and are petrified to toss them. So I'm a combination of 3. At one point, I did go through a bunch of them and like just rip out the a page that I really liked, and all, because scrapbooks, etc., used to come with, there was a page for you to rip out. It was just all the sketches they used throughout the whole magazine, which was awesome. So I had a bunch of those. I've lost some of them along the way and different moves and stuff, so I'm not sure where they went. I probably thought, oh, I'm never going to use these, but I would have. And I think a lot of them are page map sketches, actually. But I'm kind of a combination. So I've done tear out and toss the magazine. I also have some flagged, and I have some that I just don't want to give up because the magazine doesn't exist anymore. And it's really sad to me. So I might go through, and if I have one that there's a ton of stuff in it I like, or one or two, maybe a couple, I'm going to keep the whole magazine just because it's kind of nostalgic, not a magazine that exists anymore. And then also go through, and then I might make a little Rolodex thing. We'll see if I have time. Because that should be relatively easy. But then I just had this stuff laying here. So these are some of my inspiration things that you guys all inspire me. And being in Creative Cuts Club is very inspirational as well. If you can join it, I would highly suggest it because Christina has so many awesome ideas. I'm working on this layout right now. And also like Paper Issues had a challenge with Scrapbook Lift Sunday that had a scrap lift Sunday that had a layout that was very similar looking. It looked like washi tape notes were taped to a wall almost. So I thought this cut file was perfect for that. So I'm working on that layout, kind of working on this layout. This one was basically done. I just need to like crop my photo and add a title. And yeah, so lots of inspiration out there. Going to crops, you can get inspiration from other people too. So lots of inspiration. Sorry, this video is going to be slightly longer. Stay tuned for my process video next. Part of the scrapping inspiration group I'm also part of. Tons of fun challenges. We just had Oktoberfest. It was amazing. So this is this is for that. But yeah, I have tons of inspiration everywhere. So however you can organize yours, the best. Yeah, do that. So that's what we're doing this week. So that's kind of fun. That's kind of a fun thing because then you're going to rediscover things that you forgot you had. So enjoy organizing all your inspiration and ideas, and I'll see you next week. Bye. So what I'm doing is I'm actually doing the very last challenge for Oktoberfest through Scraptastic Inspiration. So I can't tell you what the challenge is and all the details of it, but I realized there was a sketch involved and it only involved one photo. So I couldn't use those 3 black and white ones that I wanted to, but so I found this lovely one that our photographer caught me eye rolling. So I thought this was perfect. I'm going to crop it down. It's going to be a little smaller than what's on the sketch, but there's going to be lots of layers, lots of fun things. I have some leaves cut out in purple. I have some lace from an old curtain. I have just lots of stuff. I got some thickers. I've got some chipboard stickers, chipboard thickers to add to it. Got some lovely me and my big ideas things I can add to it. Got a doily. Got some distress ink. Got this one embroidery patch left. So lots of fun things. Here we go. All right. So I'm going to, first of all, move all this junk out of the way. Well, it's not junk, but I realized as I was kind of gathering things what I wanted my title to be. So I put all those other letter stickers away. I found some foam thickers from a couple different sets that I'm going to use. So first I'm using this Creative Memories paper as my background, and this one is not Creative Memories. I don't know what this one is. I bought it a long time ago to start my wedding album, and it was like one of the only 12 by 12s left. But I liked the white side, but I really liked the black look better, and I've had this long border sticker forever, like probably some of my first scrapbooking supplies. And so I really like the black on black. And my part of our challenge is to only use 3 colors. So I figured black, white, and purple because those were kind of our wedding colors anyway. So I decided I had, first I'm going to do leaves. So I wanted to make some of them a little darker than others. So I'm just using some distressed oxide grape, I think it's grape soda or grape jelly, one of the two. And inking up some of the purple cardstock leaves that I already cut. And then also I inked up, what you saw was like this tiny little scrap of this like handmade paper that had a lot of texture on it. And I don't have a lot of purple paper. That is one thing I don't have a lot of. So I wanted to add some purple somewhere into the layers behind my photo that I'm going to do. I also thought to make this kind of stand out a little bit and to give it a little dimension, let's use some of this white ink that I have to to highlight where the border sticker is. And that ink is, I got a bunch of newer inks recently, thanks to Caitlin. She was kind of telling me some good stuff. So this is Brilliance Moonlight White ink. It's a pigment ink. And so it's so far, it's the Tuscanico. I don't know how to say it. But yeah, good ink. Very good ink. So I got all that down, and now I'm going to work on my layers, and lace was a thing. And so I slowed this down super slow, that part right there that you might have missed if you blinked. So I have this old lace curtain. That was my grandma's, and we're supposed to incorporate lace part of this challenge. So I decided to put it on this one random piece of purple vellum. Well, the purple wasn't matching the purples I had very well, so I figured if I layered the lace on top of it, it would kind of mask it a little bit. So that's what I did. I glued it with some Nuvo glue, and I'm going to set it aside to dry with a weight on top of it, aka literally like a weight, like a lifting weight. So now I am messing with layers. So that first paper I cut was a Creative Memories paper, and then that purpley floral paper that is a whiter paper right there, that is also Creative Memories paper. So I got that at a crop where we did, I don't remember what they called it, but you paid like $10, and then she went through like a bunch of collections. You got to pick random papers, whatever you wanted, so you could get like a mix smash and not get all in one collection. It was kind of fun. It was nice because then you got what you wanted and not just what came with the collection. Wanted to add a little more texture with a doily. Yep, see, there's that. I love the way that paper right there, that handmade paper, turned out. I had gotten, I want to say it was off Etsy or something, a long time ago, a pack of all these little handmade papers, and also a pack of like old sheet music that somebody had decided to turn into crafting paper for like Mod Podging and such. So yeah, I had a bunch of that left, and a lot of that has been used in my wedding album, so I don't have too much left. So most of my fun little papers that I had left are pretty much being used on this layout. And I have a lot of wedding photos to do, but I have a couple little collections that I'm going to use for my other wedding photos. Pop up my actual photo up on some fun foam that I got off Amazon. And then get this other handmade paper that has a silver foiling on it. And then I realized, oh, no, it actually goes the other way. Yep, there you go. And then I'm not going to put my photo down yet because I want to be tucking all these flowers in, so I want to make sure I can tuck them in. So I'm going to start with this left-hand side and see how I have some dark. And those bare leaves that are dark, they're actually going to go behind the other leaf part with the lighter leaf part that kind of matches as shaker pockets. So here I am. I realized it wasn't very sturdy because I had an idea. And so you'll see my idea in a minute, but it wasn't very sturdy, just the vellum and the lace. So I needed to back it. So I had this random, it was almost like a cardstock that I just put behind it that was white. So I was like, I figured it worked. Trimming it up. So now what I want to do is I want to rip and distress, like, at first I thought maybe corner, but I was like, no, I want to rip like a section. So here I go, ripping away. And then I'm going to tuck some lace back behind there. I really like the way this looks. I do it up there, and then I do it down on the left hand corner right there, right below the doily, if you can see that just a little bit. So I'm going to arrange my lovely leaves that I cut out. And I thought at first that we were going kind of off of a sketch as well. And I thought at first I wanted leaves up there by the ripped part. Later I decided to change all that because it looked too busy, and that's where my title's going to go, and it just didn't work. But yeah, so I love that arrangement. Did you see that arrangement? I loved that arrangement. I don't know why I didn't keep that. I changed it for some reason. So I glued down all the ones on the left. You can see one beautiful shaker pocket right there. I'm trimming the acetate off of this leaf that was already glued down, and I'm going to make another shaker pocket real quick. So I have two shaker pocket leaves on this page, and I used what sequence did I use? That is a good question. I used Snippety Snip because oh, that's right, because it was mostly black and white and silver, and so because of the leaves you can't tell that they're scissors, and I don't care, whatever. So I like the way I had the leaf before, and so for some reason I turn it like this. I think it turns out, but it definitely makes this not as much of my favorite as I thought it would be. because I turned the leaf like that, and I still don't know why I did that, because looking at it is driving me nuts. Here's that one little embroidery patch. I'm gonna stick that up there. I'm gonna futz around with the other half of the doily, thinking I could put it up there, but I'm like, no, this beautiful lace, I want it to kind of stand out. So my title's gonna be This Love. And so I got some thickers. I'm going through my mess here. I got something. The Lucky Ones is the white from American Crafts. The Lucky Ones. I don't know. That must have been a collection. I'm not sure whose collection, but the other side is like gold. And then Jelly Bean Soup, the Rainbow Roux is the this. So the Love is the white, and this is the Rainbow Roux. I like the two different fonts, but none of them were scripty script. Looking through my sticker book to see if I have anything purple or black, and I did find some black and white things, so I'm gonna put like a little shelf there for my title to sit on. And think of it now, I could have put some white ink behind the washi strip that I pulled off from there too. And I also, this Our Story that I just stuck right underneath that photo as well, that came off the Thickers Escape the Ordinary. It's like a bunch of, there's a couple border stickers, a lot of like phrase chipboard stickers on it. There are a lot of pretty ones. I just didn't want to bring in other metallics, and I was worried about bringing in too many because I feel like the leaves in the shaker pockets really stood out, and they were kind of the focal around the photo, and I didn't want to take away from that. But there were so many things I wanted to use. But yeah, I like the way that I did the title much better than trying to put leaves up there and try and layer it all up. So I apologize that you're not going to see this until the next week, and because I had promised a layout for last week's video, but yeah, life, you know. So yeah, getting the title down, and that should be about that. I don't even do splatters, nothing, because I think the inks on there kind of say it all, and I love all the different tones of purple and the ink blending I did, just looking through rub-ons and some other random vellum phrases, seeing if there's anything else I can stick on there. And I looked through everything, and I was like, you know what? No, I think that's it. This is it. But basically, it's a lovely photo that our photographer caught of me rolling my eyes at my husband. And I thought it was perfect. I just love it. I'm still not sure where I'm going to journal. I might just journal on the back because there's not a really good, I don't think there's a really good spot to journal on here. And it's all black. Yeah, here I'm trying to figure out if I can put a journaling spot somewhere. Or I might even just leave it and not journal because it's going to go in a giant book with a bunch of other wedding photos. So it kind of is self-explanatory, but yep, checking out everything else. Oh yeah, I do add a couple. One says cherish, I believe, or blessed maybe. And I think I had, and that was just a random sticker sheet that I've had in my kind of wedding album kit for a long time. But yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching. Here's some close-ups, and tune in for next week. Bye.